I'm just going to roll again just on, this is obviously for feedback and things like that.
Oh yeah, sure.
How do you feel it went?
Fine. I could have prepared more, but
Could
I
have
think it's a pretty
prepared
decent
more,
idea.
I think so, yeah. I think you fielded the question. I'm going to go to do the good things first. I think you fielded the questions really well. If anything, I'd like to have just kept going with that.
Regurgitating questions.
Yeah. But
They're going to love it.
I actually don't think you had any decent answers. If anybody actually listened and took note, because you hadn't prepared really well, you wouldn't have won the contract. In my head, I don't want to be cruel, but
it's fine.
I think if you prepare, if you had facts, if you had research, like for instance when I asked about audience, the research behind should be, we found that students travel more by train, rolling out that information just goes, yeah, okay, I had a doubt about that you didn't know what you're talking about, and now you've just nailed that.
The clients you pitch to are, you've got to even, I always have to remind myself of this, it's like whoever you're pitching to, whether it's a jam company, a train company, or someone who makes paper for a living, like to them, that is their everything. So if you can go in and show them that you've researched everything you can about what they do, then because they're effectively trusting you with something that means so much to them, so like it just gets you in, like your foot through that door if they feel like you've really done the research and you know exactly what you're talking about.
I'll just grab a pen and write some of this down.
Yeah. Just record silence.
Just some, Foo Fighters.
Just some Foo Fighters. Yeah, I think I quite like, I think your costings were really accurate, to be honest. £100 for those 3 videos would probably be right. Especially if they can provide the trains.
Yeah.
That would be your most expensive thing.
I've worked with them before.
Yeah. I've worked with train companies as well. They're pretty good.
I've worked with them.
I just know that everybody has.
They would provide the trains. Yeah, I think.
I think they were realistic. I think your film might go up or down, depending on what sort of actors you got. I don't know if the train versus car has been done. I know you only had the board and stuff like this. It'd been nice when you think about this.
In the past, like in the 80s when it was British Rail.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's all about.
But I try to wrap my brain just really quickly thinking, has this been done? And I don't actually think it has. So it's quite. And I thought that the costings were about it on. It'd be nice to have had a proper presentation, but we don't have the situation for that for you. So I think you managed well on that anyway.
I did want to make an animation, but I never really got around to it.
No, I don't think it needs that.
No, I know.
I think for a big pitch it would be, but you don't need to take it that seriously. The only other thing is introduce the client to themselves. Usually on a pitch, I think is very good.
You should repeat the brief back to them.
Yeah.
So like I've noticed Lee does is like pull out the key points that you identified in their brief. I know you weren't given like a specific one, but like pull out the key points that they want to prove to them that you're meeting their brief, and then you can always kind of like escalate. It's like you always kind of feel like, so this is important to you and you, and what we've done is look at this idea and decided that actually the key to this idea is this, and the real sellable bit is, and that's where you're sort of upselling what you've provided. Is looking at that, if you'd like pitch this to me, if we were working on something together, I'd be saying, and I get that you're trying to do something a bit bigger, but there's sort of 3 videos, 3 billboards, 3 animation. To me, I don't see the value in there being, that's just a maybe personal thing, but there being 3, particularly if the video is going to be a TVC. Like, for a company that's not, like, even like Coca-Cola, I don't think would see the value in doing like 3 different television adverts that you'd kind of make at the same time. Whereas I think there's better value in the idea if you pitch the idea with like, some billboards, a video, and then maybe some kind of follow-up online content as well. And then you talk about how, and that gives your company more money if you like. And what's great about this idea is if it's successful and you get these kind of numbers, which we're predicting you will, you could do all sorts of other scenarios, and then in like 6 months' time, we can make you another video. So you're like pitching the potential for future, but you focus your actual, like, this is what this money goes towards here, a bit more specifically.
Or you could do one big video and then make mini cuts of that for online presence, with the animation over the top. But yeah.
Unless you can justify to that's why I said, like, what's the value that we get out of there being 3 videos, 3 billboards, and 3 animations? Like, unless you can say like the reason there's 3 videos is because it will get you this many views and this needs to happen and like it's your bang for your buck really. Unless you can justify it, I'd kind of taper it down slightly smaller.
Yeah. But like you said, there wasn't a huge amount of scope, but this is just advice just there.
Yeah.
I think you could pitch very easily, though, Reuben, I think, in regards to
It was very
eye
clear and I
contact.
got it all. Like,
Yeah.
that was really great. Like, I really understood.
And that's always the hardest part, is often getting your idea across. I think, when you do this professionally, make sure you've got visual aids. I like the fact that you didn't have a PowerPoint, because I personally kind of hate them. And I have sat through so many learners' PowerPoints where they just read the PowerPoint. My usual answer is I can read quicker than you can speak. So, which is kind of rude, but also gets the point across, which is you deliver very well. You delivered your idea very well. I understood it. And if anything, that's a harder skill than all of this. This is just experience. But yeah, prepare a bit more. Get some facts. Throw some facts out. People love facts.
I think it's a really good idea that the choose Chiltern thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.